Yo guys, welcome back. Me, Patrick LeVar, sharing and teaching people how to use Blender Octane. If you guys are new to Blender Octane and you want to learn it, down in the description I got a free 101 guide that will help you get started with Blender Octane today and you'll be up and running. If you're new to these videos, I'm going to go through my YouTube comments, answering comments from my main channel, my One Polygon channel here. Then I'm going to talk a little bit about some business strategizing in public, how I'm building a profitable community here on the school platform right here, which basically helps me to make money. At the moment, I'm bringing in about $500 a month through my school community. And then after that, I'll go through my growth strategies. And why I do these daily reports is to help me build discipline. It's more of an experiment and exercise for me to build discipline and things like that. So again, if you're new to Blender Octane, you want to learn Octane, links down below, free 101 guide. So let's get straight into the questions for today. Again, if you guys have any questions, just post them anywhere on my main channel and I will get to them. I just basically come down into the comments here. I go to community. And whatever the next comment is, I'll just basically scroll down and start answering the questions. So first question, why is this video titled, "This setting will cut your render Octane time in half," and the thumbnail is Caustic's Mystery? You don't talk about either of these things. Actually, you know what? That is a valid and a good question. Now, one thing, guys, I'm doing here, also with these daily videos, again, I'm trying to figure out ways that I can maximize my time building these, making these videos here. So for example, I want to be able to pop out a video every single day just to, to provide some value to the community. And that's what I do in my Blender Octane school community here. I can make videos just like start the recorder and go, and I don't have to worry about titles, thumbnails, and all this stuff that we have to do on YouTube. In my community, I can just make a video, boom, post it, and then immediate value is given. But on YouTube, it doesn't work that way. It's the YouTube game. You've got to play it to grow your, to grow your audience. So, everybody's not in my community, so I still have to play the YouTube game. And at the moment, I'm building a system that allows me to make these videos as easy as possible and as stressless as possible, so I can do it every single day. And one of the things that on the back end that I'm building here is I'm experimenting. Like, one thing I've learned from this, learning the business side here, I'm going to talk a little bit of business strategies. What I've learned from building a community is you should be experimenting. And right now, for a matter of fact, check it out, experimentation. Something, when you innovate, sometimes when you innovate, you make mistakes. It is best to admit them quickly and get on with the improving of the other innovations. Steve Jobs, I made a mistake. I'm working on a system that allows me to automate my titles and automate my thumbnails based off of my video. So my video transcript goes into this system. The bot AI reads the transcript and tries to come up with the best title and the best 3 words for the thumbnail. Now, it's hit or miss, right? Again, I'm coming out right now to apologize. Yes, this was probably one of the worst outputs that I've got from this system that I'm building. How to fix. Now, I do talk about caustics in the video. There's a good middle section that I talk about the caustic experiment that I'm doing. And then there was a section where I also talked about how using the wrong kernel setting will reduce your render time. Like, if you're using the PC something, I forgot the name of it. If you're using that kernel, your render times are going to increase. So technically, I did say these in the video. Now, if you didn't watch the video from beginning to the end, you would never know that, right? But most people don't watch the video from beginning to the end. So this was a little misleading, but technically I did speak and said everything inside of that video, which that the thumbnail mentioned and the title mentioned. But it wasn't the best optimized for what was going on. Another thing, Jeff Bezos, if you're going to invent, it means you're going to experiment. And if you're going to experiment, you're going to fail. I failed on this one. This thumbnail and the title were horrible. And if you're going to fail, you've have to think long term. I'm gonna slowly dial this system in so it gets right and slowly fine tune it. So, to be honest, there may be other thumbnails and other titles that are gonna be off, but in the background, I'm working on improving this system to help me make videos as fast as possible and effortless as possible. I don't want to spend 20 minutes coming up with a thumbnail. I don't want to spend 15 minutes coming up with a clever title to get you guys to click on these videos, right? Because that's taking away from time that I can just be pumping out. 15 plus 30, that's 35 minutes. I can just do a screen recording video and be done with it and just upload it. I would upload it straight here to YouTube, but unfortunately with the algorithm, you will never see that. In my community, in my school community, you will see that. Like, and I don't have to do all this fluff to make the video. I'm just giving you pure value. I don't have to worry about thumbnails and titles, so I can make a lot more videos. Now, that's why I'm building this system to help me to put out as much as high value content that I can possibly make for you guys. So thank you very much. I appreciate that comment. That's a very good comment. Put in the reps if you want to get better at 3D Octane. Awesome motivation. Keep it up. I'm learning Blender too. Very good. I'm happy you are. Keep it up. Thank you guys. Thanks for the support. Again, guys, if you want to go deeper, I've got the free Blender 101 guide down below. I'm going to be hyping that up for the next, from here on out, because it's a massive, it's a lot of stuff. Like literally, I was going to charge for the 101 guide, and I was going to charge a couple $100 for that full course. But you know what? Again, taking a page from my mentor, Alex Hermosi, and like, that just, where's he at? I gotta give a shout out to where shout outs are due. Alex Hermosi, like giving out so much value for people that, like, most people would charge for something. I'm gonna give most of that stuff out for free, right? Now, if I'm doing this in public, imagine how it is in my community. It's gonna be like, it's way, you know, it's way better. Plus you get access to me and other things. So I'm gonna be basically giving out that whole guide for free, the 101 guide. Links down in the description. And that's, if you follow that guide from the beginning to the end, you will have a good grasp on Blender Octane. You will understand the fundamentals of how to get up and running and using Blender Octane. And I think a lot of people are not utilizing it, because I still get so many of the same questions. And I'm like, did you go through the 101 guide? Oh, well, I watched the first video. The first video out of 20, like, they're about 5-10 minutes long each. So like, you can really binge them very easily. So I'm gonna be hyping that as much as possible, guys. Nice video. Can you show in next how to make volumetric 3D clouds on the newest version of Blender Octane? It's the same thing like you do in normal Blender. Bring in a VDB, and then you'll add a volumetric material to it, and then boom. I have videos already on my channel about that, and then also in the community we've got VDBs, like VDBs. Here's the Blender 101 guide, which you guys have access. In the community, there's a few more videos that you do not have access to, but that's just you know, some of the perks for the community. And where is it? Material setup template. Material setup template. Boom, here it is. Check this out. Right here. If you have a VDB problem, this is your VD setup. This is some of the perks in the community. This is the setup right here. You'll use a volume medium. You'll use a black body emission, well, in this case for the fire, so you wouldn't need that. Well, you probably would still want to use that to give the clouds some color. And then here's the volume gradient into expression ramp, and then VDB properties. This is how to set up a VDB. So you would just probably use the volume medium, connect it to your VD properties right here. That's how you would do that, right? Next question. Want to see your desk and your that you're using, practicals that you're using. Oh, I mean lights or something? That is pretty much my desk right there. What you're seeing now. And this is pretty much the backside of my desk right there. I have the same issue. No net GPU. It doesn't render, but it does render, but extremely slow. Some render time on RTX 3060 and RTX 5070. I'm not understanding exactly. No net GPU. Just quickly come in here.
The plugins.
Okay, so what I'm saying here is if it says no net GPU, you need to make sure that your Octane server is also running. Like right now, and if you look here mine, I don't have it. It's not running. It's not on. So if I let's try to go ahead and fire up Blender right now so I can see what's going to happen. Oh, there it is. It's just taking so long. You know what? Ever since I've loaded in, I'm sorry, CG Matter, Default Cube. Ever since I loaded in your add-on, your camera tracker add-on, dude, My Blender has just been running terrible. I don't know what's going on. It takes forever to load now. Ever since I've added this camera tracker add-on, it's been crashing sometimes when I hit render. It never did that until I installed this add-on, so I don't know what's going on with that. And right now it's just gonna pause for a little bit. Like you're not gonna see nothing, right? And then like this is, look, nothing's happening. I don't see anything. Well, I have my text disabled, so look, there's my text. We'll get this thing first of all. It says not connected. It's basically saying, yo, no server's not running, right? So I need to turn the server on in order to do that, right? So your server must be on, and you come down here on the bottom, you fire up your server, and then if you have Octane closed and then you fire up the server first, it will automatically turn it on. But for now, since I don't, I'll have to come over here and click on this, and then it's gonna pop up, and then I'm gonna say activate, and then it's going to activate it. And once it activates, boom, we got the green light. Now if I come back in here, boom, it should be on. And it says waiting for image, boom, and there it is. Now I have Octane and it's up and running. Now the GPU net, I wonder if that has to do sometimes with, if you come into your device preferences, and right here, maybe if you don't, well, this should be always checked. It always should be checked, so make sure that this is checked and using, and then again use priority, but I don't need that in this case. This will tell you if you're using a GPU, and again you got to have it. Octane only works with NVIDIA GPUs, just to keep that in mind. All right, so if you have a NVIDIA GPU, you can use Octane, and then boom. If you have the paid version and you're running multiple GPUs, if you come in here and you select use priority, this will basically tell, when you have multiple GPUs, it will tell this one to be the number one GPU. So if I had two GPUs, maybe I had like a 1050 and on something here, I would take use priority, and it'll make this NVIDIA, it'll make the 4080 the prior to, or the number one GPU, and then any other GPU will be secondary. Now in the free version of Blender Octane, you can only use one GPU. You cannot use multiple GPUs. You have to pay for the full version to enable multiple GPUs. Okay, FYI. All right, one more question here, and I want to move on a little bit. Yeah, I would just make sure, guys, again, server, you might have any server issues. Make sure your server is up and running. Make sure you're completely signed into your Otoy account, because if you're not signed into your Otoy account, you will have issues. Quickly here, let me also, for anybody, what does it say? No net GPU. Again, let me jump into the community here. We have this Octane bot that we've built that's been trained on just on Octane. So again, another perk of the community. And I'm going to go in here quickly and ask him, because I haven't had that issue in a very, 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 very long time. I need help with. Why does it say no net GPU when I try to start the render? What Octane version and Blender version are you using? Are you trying to use the network rendering, or a slave machine, or just a local machine? I'm using just a local machine, and I'm using the 2025 version of Blender Octane standalone, because there are different. There's an add-on version and there's a standalone version. You're seeing no net GPU because Octane expecting a network render slave, but none is connected. This message is harmless and is local only setup. Go into Octane settings, Blender, render preferences, Octane server, roll out, confirm that the network render is disabled. Oh, okay. So I wonder if you guys are trying to use multiple GPUs. Go into Octane. What did it say? I'll go into Octane. Right? Octane, right here. Octane Blender. Preferences. Release license after exiting. Right here, this release licensing after exiting means basically it's going to kill your server and turn off that license, because what happens if I have my license operated and open and then I uninstall Octane, that takes one of my keys away from my Otoy profile, and you only get so many keys, and then after that you have to like completely re-register your email and all that thing. But anyways, I turned that off. Octane database, node graph, use config, Octane update, new system. Yeah, I'm not seeing that option anymore. That might just be on an older version of Octane, because Octane has after the 2025, they've had some really new updates to it. And this video was very old. I think this video was probably, it's not showing when this video was, but I guarantee this video was probably before the 25 update. So if anybody still has this issue, let me know in the comments again on a recent version, and I'll take a look at that. But hopefully, yeah. One more, guys. Oh, we're still in the same video. That's why everybody's asking that same question. Okay, one more. Man, the only problem with Octane is that it is unstable and renders are just so freaking long compared to cycles. Well, actually, no, they're not. You just need this. You need to properly set up your Octane out of the box is not completely optimized for quick renders. It's actually optimized for realistic renders. So the GI clamp is set very high. It's set to try to give you the closest render to photo or realistic. So the settings are set high. They're not optimized out of the box. That's why in my Blender Octane community, I have made a startup file that helps people get that render stuff right here. These Octane Blender starter kit. This right here, this file has everything set up. Optimize render settings, optimize glare lighting settings, render passes are all set up, HDRIs, everything is set up. All you do is plug it in and you're ready to go. This thing will help you out tremendously. So that's why out of the box, yeah, Octane is not really optimized for speed. It needs to be tweaked and optimized. It's like a high performance car. You got to tweak it and you got to get the settings right. All right. So quickly, I just want to go through my stats on my growth stats here on my channel. Again, I do this because if anything you tend to track, you tend to pay attention to. And again, it's helped me to stay disciplined with these exercises that I'm constantly doing here. And again, my experimentation that I'm constantly working towards here. So at the moment in my Blender Octane School community, we are at 31 paid subscribers. It looks like we lost maybe, I think we lost one, some older members who were here. Let's go ahead and throw those in. So we're at 8, 19, 25. Today we are at 31 paid members. I think we lost 2, huh? 31. And our the MRR, monthly reoccurring revenue, is 472. 472. Lost 40 bucks there. I had other members who were on the plan at 15 bucks a month. One guy was at 20 bucks a month or something like that. So that's the only thing. When you come in, unfortunately, those members who joined, one of the members was paying $15 a month. Now they left. If they ever choose to come back, unfortunately, they're going to get full price. They're going to have to pay the 30 or 25 bucks, whatever it is. That's one thing, a benefit for people who get in early. You get in early, you're stuck at that price. You'll never pay more than what you are. There's members in my community who are literally on the $10 a month plan. They joined when it was 10 bucks a month when they first started the community. Now the community is 25 bucks. So they'll never pay more than 10 bucks, no matter how high the community goes. It can be $100 a month. They'll be paying 10 bucks a month, right? That's why you got to get in early. 6.2 on churn. Churn went up a little bit because we had 2 members who left. Let me close that ChatGPT. 6.2. Churn was 6.2. 6.2. That went up a little bit. And about page 102. Yes, the about page numbers are going up. 102. That's meaning how many people who come to the about page through my funnel that I've built for the school there. 102. Okay, good. Not too bad. Then let's jump over to our YouTube stats and check out the YouTube stats. Again, it's great to track these things so I know when I upload certain types of video, what are generating a lot of people, what are not generating a lot of people, then I can constantly be tweaking stuff and I'm getting information in real time. We're at 432 members. 432, 8, 19. 8,432. That's an increase of 4. That's good. That's good. And let's go into our average view duration. Average view duration is 153, 1 minute and 53 seconds. 153. I want to increase that. Hopefully we can get that to start going up. 153. And then click-through rate 3.2. Are they clicking on the video? 3.2. We lost the camera there. And click-through rate 3.2. 3.2. All right, that's going down a little bit too. I need to wear thumbnails and titles right there, guys. Thumbnails and titles. Look, it went down because, yeah, the system is a little wonky with those my automated titles, which I'm going to be working on. And I don't do it for every video. I mainly just do it for the daily report videos because I don't want to spend that extra time. You know, I know this video's already 30 minutes already. Yikes. But again, I'll spend another 15-20 minutes making the thumbnail. That's almost going to be 50 minutes. Now, after I'm done with this, I just edit it and upload it and I'm done, right? Okay. And my second channel, where are we at, which is the daily reports channel, which I really don't need, but I'm just doing it just because in the future, if oh, that's probably the best reel that where are we at sub-wise? 12 subs. All right, so nothing's changed there. 12. Actually, no, something has changed there. We got a difference of 1. We got one of the subscriber. I just want to do this to show you guys like what it takes to build a fresh and new YouTube channel. Like everybody's, oh, you got 8 grand on that channel. Yeah, this channel I started with 0. Now look where we're already at, right? Okay, it's just slow progress. Anyways, enough of my jibber jabber. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow is going to be Wednesday. We're going to be doing a full upload, normal YouTube Blender Octane video. So there will be no daily report tomorrow. So just, I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do today. I think I'm going to talk about caustics because I did experiment with caustics the last day here. So see you guys tomorrow.